Alright, so today will be quite a bit different than the last couple days. And that's mostly because we have really bad luck and a lot of stuff to do around the farm. We also got the Emily cutscene because we got cloth yesterday. So, it doesn't really matter. We won't be making any clothes, but we still got it. But yeah, today's going to be mostly spent in town and in the farm entirely. We'll go to the desert very briefly, but I mean really that's it. So mostly what we want to do today is buy the remaining kale seeds so we can plant I think another 84. We gotta upgrade our backpack with the 10,000 gold we got sent from Mr. Key. We have the museum donations, some community center bundles we can turn some items in for, and then we're going to clear and organize the farm a little bit and either upgrade our hoe or our axe. I think we'll probably do, I don't know, it doesn't matter yet. And then we got to buy cheese. The reason we have to buy the cheese is because it's only on Fridays, and that's what the emeralds are for. So at some point we'll go to the desert real quick and just buy like 19 or 18 cheeses. 18 pieces of cheese, I guess. But yeah, that's it. It's going to be a pretty chill day. I'll probably fast forward it all because it's a lot of chopping and just planting random stuff. One of the things, like right now I'm planting rice, which isn't really that valuable, but it's good to kind of secure your XP if you're worried you might not hit level 6 in time for your farming. That's the only reason I ever plant all my rice shoots from way earlier. But otherwise, what I really want to do is clear out basically the top 2/3 of the farm, and that will allow me to be in a better position for planting all of the star fruit. So we'll start doing that. We might not go too crazy with trees, just because we have the basic axe still, and it takes forever to chop trees down. Eventually we'll have the steel axe over the next 7 days or so, and then we'll start getting more into trees, but just since we have bad luck today, we might as well take advantage. We might also check the traveling cart today, if we have extra money, just to try and cross off some last minute community center stuff. Like if they have a duck egg or large eggs of any kind, we might pick those up. Otherwise, not too worried about it. But yeah, I kind of like these days just because they're really low risk. I mean, I might play them a couple times over just to make sure they're as smooth as possible. But I mean, really, nothing can go that wrong. You can just kind of iron out your pathing. And then speaking of pathing, we'll probably make a nice like stone path around the oak forest. And I know I've touched on the oak forest a little bit. You can either build it here, you can build it in the desert is a good spot, or in summertime if you build it just north of Robin's house. In the spa area, that's a good place for a forest, but you want to just build like something around 30 trees or so, and that way you can make kegs pretty early on. So that's another reason we're clearing stumps too, is we need all the wood we can get. It's pretty cheap to buy in year 1, but I guess we just want to minimize that as much as possible. So yeah, I think my oak forest is going to be 4, 8, 12, 16. Probably a little over, maybe 40 trees total. And that way I get a pretty steady stream of the resin coming in. So I can make a ton of kegs and eventually fill either sheds or the quarry with kegs. I don't know if I'll do the quarry route yet or not. Sometimes it's easier just to do a couple sheds. I always put the sheds like on the far east of the farm, just below that little pond. But yeah, I mean, this is just a pretty basic day. I'll probably go through the rest of the chubs, just clearing stuff out. And it's all stuff that it has to be done eventually. Even if you have good luck every single day, which is relatively uncommon, you'll still have to take a couple days to do clearing and setting up your farm for sprinklers. But yeah, so I'm gonna head over to Clint's and the museum and the desert in one big swoop to try and get all that stuff done. I do have quite a bit to donate to the museum, and it can be pretty valuable just to get the rock candy after you donate a certain number of items. I think it's like 50 items. But that's not really a huge priority right now. At some point, getting rock candy will be a really big deal. Like this next week, we'll make sure to get one. Just because I think I mentioned last episode, that basically turns a neutral day or a slightly bad luck day into a good luck day and gives you a free caverns run. And all the while, I guess we'll be smelting stuff. You pretty much always want to be smelting still. That'll never change until... that'll never change. Maybe in the wintertime you won't need to. But it's always a really good source of money, so... whatever. And I guess we decided to go with the axe today. It doesn't make a huge difference. We just really want to make sure we have a steel axe in time to clear off all the stumps. And maybe get into the secret woods to grab a fiddlehead fern. But that is not super important. And you don't really have to do it, but I don't know. It's nice to get that and the common mushroom early. And then yeah, so we'll get our 84 kale seeds. At some point we're going to grab some parsnip seeds too. And we'll use the quality fertilizer to grow the parsnips, just to get that quality crop bundle done. You don't have to do it, but I like to get that one done early. And yeah, I don't know, did we buy the pack? I didn't see. I hope we did. Yeah, we did. We have a lot less money now, so. Oh, and we didn't go to the museum. So I guess we'll just drop all those items back off. We forgot, so that's okay. Like I said, the museum isn't very pressing. You can get a couple items out of it, like seeds to sell or scarecrows, but it's really not. I don't know, I guess the sewers are important at some point. So you can buy fish from Krobus, you can buy solar essences, and, Star Drop and Return Scepter, but it's not that important. And then, yeah, I'll have like 20, 25 furnaces at one point. And I'll probably move them into a shed eventually. But for now, this space is just kind of available, so we won't be using any of it anyway. I don't know if we'll ever use that space. I almost never use it. I kind of like keeping that where I'll move my greenhouse, or I'll put a shed that I need to access a lot. Or just like chests. I don't like to have crops in that area. I like to have quick access to like the cat area and quick access to the teleportation area. And then yeah, we are going to donate all of our fish and some of these random little items we've received so far. And then what else? Oh, we have enough hardwood too. So yeah, we'll do the construction bundle. I guess we have a pretty decent amount. Nothing to complete a full bundle, but enough to get a little bit done. This is another thing that like, it's really probably not the best use of time to do this, because I can probably do it at a later date and actually complete some bundles all in one go. But sometimes it feels kind of nice to have like that sense of accomplishment from turning them in. So yeah, and then we'll check the cave, I think. And the spice berry's fine. I guess that's good for the summer turn-in. Those summer forage seeds will come in handy. because we'll have to kind of rush our foraging level come summertime. Mostly because we need to build a lot of lightning rods, and we'll also need to build a lot of, or not build, but craft a lot of tree fertilizer, and you don't get that till pretty late. But yeah, so I'll pick that cheese up. And I don't know why I came down here. I don't have any money. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. Maybe I was thinking about buying honey. But I can't afford it, so there's no point. That's the easiest way to get honey, by the way. It's kind of pointless to build the beehives unless you want like fairy rose honey or something. You might as well just buy it on Fridays from Sandy. You don't really need a lot of honey anyway, so. Yeah, that concludes the desert for this episode. I don't think we'll go in the caves. We might go for a little bit, but it's not really worth it. And I don't know, I think this is a little bit faster to warp up there and walk down to the community center. But it might not be. It might be just a waste of time. It doesn't, like I said, today doesn't really matter. And plus we got an extra artifact out of it. I feel like those dolls are always the thing that haunts me the most. Especially the green one. The like Wumbus doll. If you don't want to wait until winter to get the secret note, it takes forever to get. And this is something I just recently learned about. I can't believe it, but like the shift click thing to automatically donate so you don't have to drag it over. I can't believe I didn't know about it. And I think it's because I play mostly on controller. But it still seems like something that, I don't know, maybe they would tell you. Like there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of controls that are not really presented to you ever. Like they really only teach you how to like scythe things and like barely even plant, you know, unless you watch the what is it called, the tutorial channel, whatever that is. But I never watch it, so. But yeah, all these bundles are kind of pointless to turn in. Like I don't really need the little wood kiln they give you here, charcoal kiln. Even though it's somewhat valuable because coal is rare, you're better off just buying your coal in bulk. And I guess we got those. Those will be good for days like today when we're just clearing the farm, the Autumn's Bounty. But really, all this stuff is pretty inconsequential. Well, yeah. I guess we gotta start dealing with animals soon. I didn't really think about this. But we want that greenhouse. And I think I'm like 7 days ahead in how I'm playing this. And I still haven't started animals yet, so I really gotta get on that. That way by fall. Yeah, we're good. Because that way by fall, we'll have all the animal goods. And once we turn in the fall crops, we'll have a greenhouse for wintertime. Or we can just go Joja. I haven't really talked about that, but we could go Joja for this route. If we were going to do that, we would have done it a long time ago, so that we could already be in Ginger Island. Because we'd have enough money by now that we could unlock the whole thing, and we could have Ginger Island ready to go and start planting there. But that's not really the kind of playthrough I want. I think the earliest you can get Ginger Island is like spring 12 or something. Or probably earlier, realistically, if you clay farm or geode farm or something. But with the amount of money I'm gonna have in the next couple days, I could easily sell out. But I just don't like doing that. I don't think Joja, I don't like the warehouse look. I don't like the corporate mentality, even though I basically end up being like a factory farmer. So, I don't know, it's kind of silly. But yeah, I'll just keep rolling on my acorn forest, and these paths are not super necessary, But it does get a little bit frustrating if you have seeds popping up all over the place. It makes it kind of hard to harvest all of your tappers. So you don't have to do it, but I would highly recommend it. And then eventually I'll just delete the whole thing. I'll just explode all the trees and turn this into something a little bit more useful, but for now this is decent. I will need, I'll need maple syrup at one point and pine tar, but that's not really a huge worry as of now, so I'm just not going to think about it. But yeah, this is my favorite way to do it. I just think it looks nice. I do kind of wish I bought a different tile or floor pattern. Oh my goodness. A different floor pattern from Robin. Because I don't know if I love the like the wood plank look too much. Or just the regular like gravel. I don't think it looks that good. But whatever. At this point we're just kind of burning out the rest of the day. This section doesn't really need to be cleared yet. I think we're only going to have 2 rows of 5 sprinklers, so, or 2 columns of 5 sprinklers, so this section actually can be left totally wild. But whatever, we're here. And we don't have an axe, so we can't cut anything down. So we'll just hit some rocks. And then grass. We don't need grass. And we'll never need grass. Even with the animals, I'll just buy my hay. It ends up getting to a point where money doesn't really matter too much, so it's just easier to not have any grass and just buy your hay and oh shoot, well, dropped my pen. Yeah, just buy your grass or buy your hay. I don't even think I'll build a silo. Not until I'm rushing friendship. Well, that'll be a different story. But yeah, I mean, this is a much different paced day compared to yesterday and potentially tomorrow, depending on luck. I'm hoping we have some better luck days. I would say on average I get pretty consistent, like, I don't know, maybe 10 star, not 10, probably not 10, maybe like 5 or 6 star drop days in spring. And I've only had like 1 or 2 so far, so I'm hoping for a heavier amount of those, even though it's all based on how many steps you take. So you can't really, I don't know, it's RNG kind of, but not really. I'm not going to manipulate it too much. But yeah, so that's it. No, it keeps melting some stuff and pretty much head to bed. My foraging might go up today, but again, it's not really a priority quite yet. It won't be a priority until we need to build lightning rods, and then we'll have to farm some bat wings and things like that anyway. The other thing I need to do is start smelting down gold and those fire quartz and iron, because I'll need something around 76 sprinklers, something like that. So I'll need 76 of each: gold, iron, and quartz. So it's something to start keeping in mind, but right now I need the money more than I need the quartz, so whatever. And yeah, pet the cat. I didn't give him water. That's okay though. I don't know why I left. Whatever. So yeah, that's it. Nothing happened. I didn't level up or anything, so I just went to sleep. So I'll see you next time for hopefully more skull caverns and progress in general.